Hey guys, Luke Clausen here. You know, the leaves are finally just starting to turn in a lot of the country. Some places they have, but fall is pretty much arrived or arriving. It's getting that time of year. Some place it hasn't happened yet. You know, it's gonna have to get a little cooler, get that water temperature dropping a little bit more, but it's time if you're gonna fish in the fall to gear up for that. And really for me, it's all about the bait fish in the fall. So many of those bass migrate with the bait, whether it's perch, shad, herring, whatever it may be, they're doing what that bait's doing that time of year. They're trying to feed up, getting ready for winter. They know their metabolism is gonna slow down as that water temperature cools. So it's all about the bait, and a lot of the bait fish style baits are what I rely on too. You know, a few of my favorites around the shad, the Jackall Bling, shallow diving crankbait. It's a flat-sided crankbait, but a rattling one that I can work around, lay down, shallow cover in those creeks where those largemouth are. The jackhammer, that is a bait that's gotten to be popular pretty much everywhere we go. And if you're up north, if you're down south, it's a bait that catches smallmouth, largemouth spots, represents a bait fish really well. Really a universal bait all year, but especially in the fall. It's one that I have in my deck all the time. And a bait that doesn't get a lot of love all summer. It seems like a springtime bait, but comes back in the fall is the spinnerbait. This is the Sling Blades by ZMAN, a bait that I designed. A bait that is one of the best in the fall. A lot of times it can outperform a chatterbait in the fall. They get around those shad that don't have a lot of vibration. This is something a little bit more subtle. Fall bass, absolutely love a spinnerbait. Those are my three top choices, but definitely a topwater is another one you want to have on your deck. Some sort of walking bait for me is that you can cast a long ways for schoolers and also covering water. Throw it on braid a lot, but a walking bait is definitely a good fall bait. And the other one is a jerkbait. A Jackall Rerange is the one I like. It's a really wide, erratic jerkbait, so it's going to be a lot more attraction than we see some of these other jerk baits we throw in the spring, that it actually is going to hunt pretty hard side to side, creating a lot of commotion in the water, but works really good around open water fish in the fall. They get to school and getting to sitting on top of points, anything like that. When they get around bait, a jerk bait's a good bait. But one thing to remember in the fall, follow the bait. Whatever it is on your home lake, if they're going to the back of the creek, if they're getting out deep, you want to follow that bait around, and that's where the bass are going to be.